but after our chat, the question I came up with is, do you feel that the portrayal of women in comics has improved, and what do you think they could be doing better to attract more female readers?
Well, first of all, there's a couple things. I do think it's improved. Even what I'm so excited about today, and I get more excited every year, is when I first started coming to conventions about 7 and 8 years ago, the first convention I ever attended was San Diego Comic-Con. I just started writing at Marvel. I think I only had 1 or 2 books out. I had done some Simpsons stuff. And there was not nearly as many women attending the convention then as there is now. And I've watched it every year get a larger and larger percentage. And they're not just like being dragged here by their husbands and boyfriends anymore. They're dragging husbands and boyfriends with them, or coming with a group of their girlfriends, or coming by themselves even. It's very exciting. They have a loud voice. The internet has really, I think, helped even the playing field in comics, because we have so many great female commentators on comics and podcasters and things like that as well. And so I think the comics industry was kind of slow to admit that there was a female audience. And back when I put up the Women in Refrigerators site, where that was my response. For those of you who don't know, it was a website that was my response to people all asking me all the time, well, why don't women read comics? And at the time, we had come through this period where female characters were really being murdered, depowered, stuffed in refrigerators, used only as plot tools for the male characters, and then the industry's up in arms, why don't we have female readers? So that website was my response to that. And we have come, I mean, we were kind of coming out of that at the time anyway. We were getting a lot of great writers, Greg Rucka, and I could list on and on about writers who were helping improve that. But it still was there. And still, I thought was kind of a problem, because, what would the whole male audience do if Batman and Superman all of a sudden were chopped up and stuffed in the refrigerator, and nobody, and that was the end of them. And they only existed for that one dramatic story. It just seemed crazy to me. So, yes, we are improving. And because of that, audience is responding really well, which I'm very excited about. We're getting a larger audience, and who are speaking out what they like and don't like, and contributing, whether it's as a creator or a commentator or whatever, and it's making a huge, huge difference. So thank you all for doing that and being part of it. And in fact, I was just at this convention, I think like 2 months ago, and I was sitting at my table signing, and there was people in line. I was in a row of, both sides have long tables, and there was artists and creators, talking to readers and fans. And this one guy was talking to my husband kind of off to the side, and he was saying, women don't read comics. There was like 12 women in line at my table. All the way down the road, there was women waiting for sketches of comic book characters from these terrific artists that were there. And I was like, why do we still have somebody who's looking right at this huge female audience in this tiny little area of the convention and still saying that? I don't even understand how that happens. Those days are gone. We don't have that anymore. And for me, as far as the future goes, I'm sure there's going to be a certain percentage of you in the audience today that are going to become creators or contributors in one way or another. And I encourage you, whether you're female or male, to bring your principles with you, stick to them, and, bring change about, continue to change. And I believe very strongly, like Brian and others said before me, when you're creating a female character, it needs to be a well-rounded character. Female characters put on a pedestal to represent all womankind are boring. I'm sorry that they're boring, and not all women are the same. We don't all like the same things. We don't do the same things. So our characters should not be